Hey everybody, this Modern Day here. This is going to be part one of a two-part series showing you how to model and texture this pirate grenade. So in part one, I'm going to break down on how to model everything out as well as mark seams and everything and UV unwrap it. That way we can bring it into Substance Painter in part two and actually get everything textured and going. Now, if there is an interest in it, I can make a part three that actually shows you how to texture everything within Blender itself. It won't look exactly like this, but we can get something kind of close and resembling it. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get this deleted. And I'm just going to select the sphere and the camera here, and we're going to go ahead and delete those. And then Shift S and move this back to origin. And we're going to get started. All right, so what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and Shift A, add a new mesh. We're going to add a UV sphere. We're going to go into face select mode. And I'm just going to tap W, circle, select that. And then we will go ahead and delete those faces. And I'm going to switch to edge mode. And then once I'm in edge mode, I'm just going to zoom in, Alt click this edge here, extrude it along the Z axis just a little bit. Press F to fill it. Switch to face mode. Press I to inset. We're going to inset it just a little bit here, and then E, extrude along the Z-axis downward, like so. Then what we're going to do is switch back to edge mode. We're going to Alt-click on this edge, and then Shift-Alt-click on this edge here. We're going to select the two edges that run along. What we'll do then is press Ctrl-B, bevel that. We're going to give it just one little bevel seam in the middle, and then we're going to Alt-click on this edge here. From there, we'll press Alt-S. We're going to bring it out just a little bit like this, and then press Ctrl-B to add a bevel to it. Press Ctrl-B to add a bevel to it. Round that off a few times by moving the mouse wheel up just a little bit so it's not as harsh. And then we've got the edge seam of our to do then is face select. Select this face here, and then we are going to Shift S and tell it to move the cursor to selected. Press Shift A while still in edit mode, and then we're going to add a cylinder. We're going to go ahead and scale this cylinder down. Just inside of this lip here, just like this, G, Z, move it up. And then I'm going to go into wireframe mode. I'm going to select the lower edge of this in edge mode, like so, and just scale it in. So we had kind of a wedge shape to our wooden stopper. Okay, go ahead and press Z, or G and Z, move it up just a little bit. And then we'll go back into face select, go back to our solid view, and press L to select the whole object, and then we're going to slide it down just a little bit, scale it up just a tiny bit so it fills that hole the rest of the way. Then we'll go ahead and move it up just a tiny bit more, like so. Then what you want to do is press Ctrl-R to add a loop cut, click once, Ctrl-R, add a loop cut, click once, bring it up to about here, Ctrl-B to bevel it, make sure there's just the bevel on that edge itself, then press I, hold Control, and bring it in. All right, the top of this wooden stopper in face mode, you want to click on it and then inset it to be kind of small. This is going to be where the fuse comes out of the wooden plug, and then we'll E and extrude downward along the Z axis. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select these edges in edge mode. Here, 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 here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. And then we're just going to Control-B. We're going to add a slight bevel, mouse wheel up a few times to get it looking a little smoother. And then we're all set there. All right, so object mode, we've got this. It looks great, albeit kind of low poly looking. At this point, you can go ahead and shave smooth. And then with Hardops, Control, click sharpen. And it's going to kind of clear that out, fix those normals. And then what you want to do is go back into face mode, select this face, and then Shift S to selected. And then you want to come out of edit mode, Shift A, go to curve. You're going to add a Bezier curve, and then you'll just rotate this curve on the Y 90 degrees, just like this. And then you'll go in the top view, and then you're going to align this so it's coming out of the hole there. And then, of course, move it down just a little bit, and then move it back over, like so. Then you'll press Q, and on the Hardops menu, you're going to go to Adjust Curve. You're You're going to thicken this up. What I like to do is just kind of hit 2, and it'll give you a decent resolution on it, like so. And then click. Still a little tall for the fuse, so we'll go ahead and bring it down just a little bit. Maybe even scale it on the Z-axis. Actually, we won't scale it on the Z-axis. We'll just bring it down a little bit, like so. And then that'll be good. So you've got the fuse going down into the grenade, like so. Then you'll want to hit Q menu, convert to mesh, go into your base mode, or sorry, edge mode. Alt click on this edge and then fill it. And then go into wireframe mode, come down here, alt click on this edge and fill it. So we have everything there. And then we want to select both of these objects and then Control J to join them together, like so. We'll go back into edge mode. I'm going to press L over the fuse. I'm going to scoot it over just a little bit because I do see that it's overlapping here. And then we're going to move it back just a smidge as well. Perfect. So we're just like this. Now what we want to do is we can go ahead and add a subdivision surface modifier. Leave it at 2. And actually we'll go back first. We're going to go ahead and hit Q, Control, click on sharpen. We'll sharpen that up. And then we'll shade smooth on everything. Then we'll go in, we'll add our subdivision surface, bring that up to 2, and then just go into edge mode. Add this edge, slide it all the way up to here, just to sharpen that back out. And you're good there. So that gives us our fuse. We get everything away. So this is the basis of your pirate grenade. This gets you started and squared away. In part 2, we will go in, we will manually UV unwrap it, and then we will bring it over into Substance Painter to get everything textured and going from there. All right, guys, see you in the next one.